guys, back again. I now crossed the mountains here with this very friendly taxi driver. He showed me Cetinje and we passed it on the way to the mountains, and now we are basically on the top of the coastal mountains and you see the sun is setting. We will now go into the descent downwards to Budva, and I will share some of these really very beautiful moments of the sunsets with you on this video podcast. It's amazing moments and it will be tremendous. This part here is basically the former Austrian-Hungarian border, what we are crossing now, and you have seen many of my podcasts and my tweets in the past. It's quite amazing that Austrian-Hungarian monarchy was until this moment. And in Ukraine as well, I always stop at the former border. It is quite spectacular when you see how far and how wide this territory was governed by the Habsburg family. And basically Cetinje was free. And here there was basically, I think around there, it was the coastal fortification where the border was between Austria and independent Montenegro just in 1918. Until the moment where Montenegro unfortunately was subdued then by Serbia and was occupied, military suppressed in the years of 1918 to 26 during the Civil War, when this country really didn't know why it has to be occupied by Serbia, and that happened in 1918, and it was then basically assimilated, and then only later, after the breakup wars of Yugoslavia, Montenegro became free country again. And now it has the freedom to choose, and it chose the West. It joined NATO, and it joined now the European direction, and it will never turn westward again. This is the Austrian Castello, the border fortification. My taxi driver shows me. Austria. Granica. Tvrđava? Wow. This was the former Austrian border fortification. You see it exactly here. This is a castle. It needs to be renovated, but no worries. The EU will fund that over time for the members. All the cultural heritage sites of Croatia are now in perfect condition, and this border fortifications here will be also a museum one day. And I think it's very good to show the history as it was, and to work on the future, to make money with tourism and with friendship in the European Union. And this former border fortification is now part of the cultural heritage of this beautiful country, and I'm very happy to share it with you on this video podcast. And now you see that was exactly the mountain top where the Austrians built it at that time. You could see the sea from here very well, and the mountains obviously towards Cetinje. That was the border, and here you see that beautiful castello. Here the sunset again, and after these last hills in the distance you see the sea already, but it's a very wonderful sunset over the sea, and it's very beautiful. And I want to share the descent into Budva, this metropolis of tourism. Similar to tourists, it's a major attractive point to show the world this beautiful place. I really love it, and I will now, there's one of this, basically it's a quarry, and then here you see this major tunnel to descend now into Budva. They have done a lot of investments recently in the preparation for the tourist season, and also in the run-up. Wow! Here you see the sea. It's here, the moment. The sunset over the sea. Very beautiful, amazing. What a ride. It's one of the most beautiful coasts of the world, and I'm happy that I can show it to you here at Paxa Robiana. You see the beautiful wide ocean and this amazing asset, and also the road is very good here. It's a very well developed road here. You see, of course, there comes the advertisement for overnight stays. I found a nice accommodation in Tivat next to the luxury hotel, and I will now go there. And you see Tivat, and there is on the other side of the hills here, in these various peninsulas into the mountains. And what a beautiful sunset is this beautiful July day. It's the 6th of July. The Podgorica trip is over. Now I will show you the coast and this amazing amazing, beautiful place, and I love it really. It is amazing. Budva has of course tremendously developed. There's a lot of construction going on now. A lot of construction, maybe too much. They built in all the hills, and they know what. Maybe it was a bit too much, but nevertheless, it is. Of course, I'm very on the development side. Of course, you have to protect the environment and to have to build the infrastructure as well. But why not to have the density and the height in order to have development, jobs, and also prosperity attached to it? Who builds too much? I mean, it's always a question. There's a lot of the complaints in the international community, but it's a sign of prosperity as well, and of course it has a balance to strike, and that's not so easy for countries under development, because this is basically the way to develop very well. Good. We are on the good way here. Beautiful. Now you see a lot of the stone houses. The traditional architecture here at the coast is always with stone. There is of course the salt water, which requires some. Here the road, there could be still a third lane. You have to be careful driving downhill to Budva. Don't go too fast, otherwise you end up in the sea. And here they have 30 euros for in this Etno-Selo up here, but most people prefer to go already into the center, and here you have Budva from the top. What a beautiful place it is. It is very unique, and I really like it. It's of course the big income earner of this country. A lot of money comes from tourism, about 40%. They are now having the police check here. And the police is also showing the seaside. Policemen are often less paid civil servants from the north of Montenegro. Wow, and here's a big thing. I've not seen that ready. This is really huge hotel here, and the top place, it's for sale actually. And quite amazing. And here this metropolis, it has really developed hugely. You see over there Sveti Stefan, you see basically that's the island, this monastery island, then Cetinje, and here a lot of rocks everywhere obviously, and here again you have magic views, the sunsets, and you understand the geography very well. Here Sveti Stefan and the bay of Sveti Stefan, here Budva, Tivat on the other side of that hill where is also the airport. You see the beauty, a lot of ships out there. It's an impressive vista, a dynamic place. Of course it's very complicated infrastructure-wise with the access roads, with the motorways, with the roads in general, with the water, wastewater. Yeah, what a nice road it is. What a vista, what a evening. I'm happy I could at least, it's a very busy year, but at least I could come back again and show you this. It's only 2 days I'm here. I'm heading back home with some stopovers. But what a place it is. And Montenegro will be in the EU. It will never turn east again. It will not join Belgrade and the open Balkans. It will move towards Europe. basically from Cetinje it takes another 20 minutes to half an hour to go to Budva, and then from Budva another half an hour to go to Tivat. That's about the way and the road it is. It's of course amazing. I like it. Driving is a bit, you have to be a bit careful, but I have a very experienced driver here. My friend is a very good taxi driver, and I'm lucky here. Very good. The Black Mountains. A lot of sun. Budva, a big commercial center now. The whole bay is now filled as far as the eye can see. It's amazing. I will make a photo now. Bye from Pax Europiana now.